Welcome to another episode of 0 to 60. Tony's back.
I'm back.
Shout out to everybody who commented and loved the last video we did about his incredible Seiko collection. And today I decided that I was gonna bring him so he can go on his eBay hunt and we can see what he finds or what we find. I'm gonna buy a couple things. We're gonna buy a couple things. And I think the hunt is the best part of collecting watches, so I felt it was important. And this is Biggie. Before we start, what's on your wrist?
You already know.
My favorite. Do it again.
We have to do it again. You know, we have the Seiko here. It's an oldie, 90-20, 5100. That's how I like to rock it. What are you wearing?
I got my Omega Speedmaster, Michael Schumacher edition. I love this watch.
Can we get a close-up of that dial?
You gotta get the close-up of this.
Get a close-up of that.
And we'll get some, plug him into the show, because I know a lot of you guys said, show me more watches, but this incredible Omega Michael Schumacher edition, I love it. I love the checkered flag dial and the color, the red, the orange, but it's my joint for today.
That's a nice one.
All right, so let's get into it though.
All right, let's dive in.
Show me your eBay tricks. Are we doing just straight Seikos?
We could do Seiko, and let's see what we find, and we'll go from there.
All right, let's get into it.
So here we go. Let's do Seiko. So what I like to do is I like to go to Seiko. Go to eBay, select Seiko, type that in. Now you could do buy it now. You could do auction, right?
I'm gonna buy it now, I think, right? Because we're trying to buy it.
I like to buy it now.
Okay.
You could always double check, and let's do newly listed.
Why newly listed?
Because you could find items that people just listed.
And you're trying to get a better price before somebody offers?
You could try to catch a deal before somebody else finds it.
That's the hood in you, huh?
Yeah.
It's a little hustler in you?
That's the hustler.
I got it. Okay, let's go.
So usually people like to set like a budget.
Yeah.
So let's say that we're gonna be looking to spend, what do you want to spend? Under $150, under $250?
I think under 200. For a Seiko, I think under 200. Or is that too big to find the gold?
No.
Okay.
We could do that.
Like, what do you normally do?
I usually do like under 350, under 250 sometimes. And if I'm like, hey, I have an extra $100 and I want to buy a Seiko.
Let's do under 250 then. Let's keep it under 250. So where do we go?
All right. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm used to doing this on my phone. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. So are you when you do eBay? Do you do it on here?
No, I honestly use my computer only for business purposes, but I get it. So where do you need to go? So max 250.
Max 250, and put minimum. Put like, I don't know, $40.
$40.
All right. So there's some nice pieces here, but nothing really catches the eye. If you want to see. Let's see, you're looking for a man's piece, a women's piece, depends on what you're looking for. You could put men, but then a lot of people don't put if it's for a man or a woman because, the whole small watch thing is going on. So, we're not really.
How many hours do you spend scrolling?
Oh, I put in a lot of hours.
Because I'm just looking at the first page we're looking at, and I'm not seeing anything really crazy,
right?
It's a lot of trash. No offense to everybody posting images.
No offense.
And is it me or there's just, there's a couple, wait, I mean, this is not bad.
This is
nice. Success vintage moon face.
Yeah, but that's beat.
Well, that's beat the heck, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely beat.
Yeah, okay.
But, I mean, that dial's nice.
Yeah, sometimes on eBay what I like to do is check to see, because look, they have other people. Yeah. Right? So, like, let's see if we go here and we press maybe this one. We're gonna open that in a new tab. We'll open this one in a new tab. Because sometimes you be finding the gold in what the algorithm shows you, Like, look at this one. This is interesting. I gotta say, I'm not mad at that dial, bro. All right.
So let's go back.
All right, we'll go back, but hold on. Let's go into some of these. Let's look at this. Oh no, but this one says Alba, so this is something else. I don't really. What does Alba mean other than the success? Do you know, or we just hunting over here?
No, we're just hunting.
Yeah, I like that it says success on it. It makes me feel successful. All right, so how about we add...
That's a success vintage. So maybe this is like a new vintage release.
Field gear, look at this one.
Here, there's the Alba again.
Okay, so no to this. No to Alba. We don't want Alba. We want success. This is not for me either. I like this one. I think we should add this one to the cart.
We'll add that to the cart.
You know? I mean, do they have this one with some black on it? Look.
Here, and what I like to do as well,
look at this right here.
If I really like something, I like to put a heart on it. Like I could add it to the cart, but you could have more like hearted items. Hit that heart, guys. And you could have like more items in the likes.
I mean, like, look at this. This is low key fire.
That's nice.
Honestly.
It's been worn. That one's definitely been worn.
The little patina on it though, but
patina's you gotta embrace that. Some people like that. I definitely like
this on the brown, but I mean, if I would put that on a black, I think. Is there any difference between these two? Yeah, you see, this one doesn't have the numbers on this one. This one has like the 60, the 10, like it has the seconds right there. That one's kind of hard. I gotta lie. Sorry, did I take over the whole video?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Now I'm starting to shop, so I think we got enough of this one. Oh wow, look at this one right here. Damn.
Moonphase chronograph.
That's interesting.
That's a nice watch.
That's an interesting watch. I think we should heart that. I mean, it looks 71 people
70,
have
now 72, yeah.
Look, they have one here for better.
In better condition.
In better condition.
Oh, that one's really clean.
Okay, so maybe this is one. I mean, this is a little bit over our budget.
Yes.
So we're gonna leave that one there.
That's what I was telling you. If they're in good shape, they get expensive.
I think what we should do.
So this is a good example.
I think what we should do is we should just add to the cart, and then at the end we see what we
check it out.
All right, so sorry I took over your research, but I can see how you spend all your money right now. Like this is cheap. All right, so we're back here. Where we at?
So I mean, you just have to you have to see what talks to you. Like none of this right here. Let's just cut over here. You're gonna have to do a lot of scrolling. You're gonna have to see what you like, what speaks to you. You could do Seiko vintage, right?
Yeah.
And now you're stepping into a different look. Let's talk about this actually.
What's your like?
This is a that's a Seiko Dulce. This has to be like one of my favorite tanks from Seiko.
You really like tanks. I noticed a lot of your stuff is like the tank thing. That's kind of dope too, though. Honestly, 139. You can't beat that. Why is it Dulce? We gotta figure out why they call it Dulce.
Like we spoke about. I'm no expert, right?
Yeah.
There are certain things I don't know. I don't know why the Dulce, but we're gonna find out.
All right.
So
we adding that to the cart?
Let's add that.
All right, now we gotta add it. Let's add it to the cart, and then
let's add that to the cart.
Let's see what we can go shopping with. This is good. This is how women must feel when they go window shopping. Because I feel like I'm window shopping.
Oh, I window shop all day.
Oh, really?
A lot of scrolling.
I feel like every time
buying stuff.
You see, that's the problem. I go to the mall, I end up buying stuff.
Yeah, that's why you don't go to the mall.
Yeah.
All right. So if you feel like you're not seeing anything that you like, right?
A lot of this is trash, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So go to best match.
What does that mean?
It's gonna give you the best match of like Seiko vintage. You see?
Okay.
So we were looking for the deals, see if we caught anything early. But this is gonna give you the best match. Again, there's a success one that we were talking about before. This is something that I had actually seen earlier. It's in my shopping cart on my phone, actually. This is Sportsmatic.
What does that mean?
It's one of their movements, I guess, from an earlier time. And mind you, you see how they have the Seiko now. Seiko now is just like the regular Seiko. Yeah. This one, it has like the different writing, the Seiko Sportsmatic. So I like this watch. This is a really nice watch. It's from the 60s, vintage Seiko Sportsmatic calendar, 820.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
You see a watch like this, you like it, right?
Okay.
Are you reading the rest of the description? Like how you know this is real?
Okay. I want to make sure
because on these watches they don't have the authenticity service that vintage offers. So how you know you're not getting your money taken? I mean, it's not a lot of money, but
it's not a lot of money. It's a gamble.
Oh, but hey, $199 is a lot of money for a lot of people.
$199 is a lot of money.
How do I guarantee that they're not going to take my money?
There isn't a lot of, like, I guess, second market companies making fake Seikos because it was such a cheap watch to make. What's
Do you
popular?
read the description though?
Yes, I always read the description and I make sure that it runs well. Another thing that you have to check in the description, you have to check the size. You have to see what size you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with a small watch, right, it's going to tell you here, case size 35 millimeter.
Oh, yeah,
right? 9 out of 10 times it tells you the case size. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes you have to, look at the part number, at the watch number, and Google it and do all these things and check and see. Yeah. Because I don't know if, for those of you who watched the last video, I received some really small watches because I didn't know. Yeah. So just do your research. Make sure before you buy any watches, like check here, check and see, copy and paste the reference numbers, and yeah, you just be careful because you could end up with a really small watch and you won't be happy, or you can end up with a big watch. Like I've gotten a Seiko that looked really cool and it was 42 millimeter and it was huge. Like I was like, oh no, I should have looked at that.
Do you ever write to the seller before buying it, or you just kind of like not for this?
If there's not a lot of information.
Like, what is that right there? Hold on, let me see. What's this? This seems like it has something interesting. Let's look at that.
That's the Kanagawa.
Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, you know how your other Seiko, the Grand Seiko that you have, has the lake. Okay, this is something similar for the LM. That's the, I believe, is that a Lordomatic? Oh, they have the Lordomatic that has like the face of a geisha and stuff like that. It's really cool too. It should pop up. Yeah, it's pretty cool watches.
Oh, they customize these Seikos with the
Rolex. The Seiko mods. Oh, they're really popular.
Is that a thing
This is actually one of my next purchases.
You gotta click on that?
We could click on that. I'm looking for something like that. Yeah, that's something that I like as well.
Arabic dial?
With the Arabic dial, yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like the Arabic dial.
All right, we're gonna add this to the cart too to see. So we can look at later on and guide people on like 10 pieces they can go buy.
Yes.
Whichever ones we don't buy.
Yes, exactly.
And we might buy
some. And what you're doing is another valid point. Like, if you see a watch that you like, usually eBay is gonna give you like recommendations.
Yeah.
Click on those recommendations. Like, just keep on clicking, diving in. Like, this is another one that's beautiful as well. These are very popular. Yeah. 36 millimeter.
You know what it is about the kind of Tiffany dial color thing? I just think it's gotten so played out because everybody tried to do it.
Everybody tried to do it.
So I feel like unless you're buying the, probably the Opal Rolex or obviously the Tiffany, which very few people are going to buy the Tiffany Patek, but I mean, like here, look at the amount of options here. But all right, I keep taking over. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay,
so
where are we going?
We could.
We're going back out of here.
Go back out of there.
Back out of here. All right, so we're back into the search page. I'm sorry I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine.
This is the problem. This is what I do when I love something. I start going.
Yeah, you take over. You're like, oh no, but I like that.
Here's the thing. This video is supposed to be about helping them how to pick watches, and I feel like we're gonna pick some watches. I'm gonna buy them.
I agree.
And maybe we should raffle them.
We could do that.
That's what we should do. Do you guys want to win some watches? If you do, I think we're gonna buy some of these watches today. We're gonna raffle them, and I think that's cool. Because if not, we're gonna leave everybody with nothing.
That's amazing.
No,
I've pretty much bought up a lot of watches on eBay. I'm not gonna lie to you. But this is a nice one as well. This is another.
My wife is definitely gonna kill me for buying all these watches, but we'll get over that.
I mean, I have like.
If I sleep on the couch, will you gonna hug it out? Or
I got you. I got you. Say less.
This couch is kind of nice. I don't know. Listen, we gotta talk about that because this is the thing about watches that people don't understand. This is addictive.
It is addictive.
This is a vice.
Yeah, I know a couple people that have maxed out a couple credit cards buying these watches.
Like I feel like I have to hide some because I just feel like
I do it all the time.
Oh yeah, you hide.
Yeah, it's bad when I like don't say anything and my wife goes and she gets the packages and she's like, oh, what's this little thing? She opens up, oh, another watch. I was like, you lied to me, FedEx.
I get the oh there she just went out at you. Yeah, I get the blessing that you pick up my packages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every morning.
Because you hold it down, so we hold it down.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean I don't sleep on the couch because I got way too much watches. So
definitely.
All right, so we're back to the watches.
We're back to the watches. Okay.
Ooh, that's kind of nice.
That keeps on catching your eye. Yeah, there's different color palettes.
Okay.
So you just have to like dive into something that you like. Oh look,
that's interesting too.
Actually, this watch here is the one that you had tried on, just in a silver finish. like the one that you like. You're like, oh, I'm gonna keep this one.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually
like it better
really
in
good
gold.
shape.
No?
Yeah. I like it better in gold, but they're
cool.
hard to find. Like, let's go. Let's say if we're gonna look for one, right here and suggest it.
Whoa, but what's up with this right here?
That's something that you have to be careful with. Actually, I'm glad that popped up, because these are refurbished Seikos. Not that you shouldn't buy them, but you're wearing a recased, replaced movement. So basically, you're not really buying a real vintage Seiko. It's like refaced.
Wow, okay.
So here's the railroads. The railroads are really cool.
This is cool. This is the one you had.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
But they're hard to find in good shape. And when you find them in good shape, I mean, that one's $250 and it's beat.
Yeah.
You know, there's some in there that are clean.
Wow.
And there's other ways that you could look too. You could get into, you know, the movements. You know, start searching Seikos. You know.
So you go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you could get really into it.
Wow, look at this. What is this? So I feel like every time that we click on one, the suggestions are kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the whole suggestions thing.
Like, look at this.
That's interesting.
That's super cool. Like, really interesting watch.
And it's funny because something like that wouldn't have caught my eye.
That's where my eye's at. You
Yeah,
know, I'm always looking for this
I
out
can
of
see
the box.
where it's like cloverish.
Like, yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
Okay, let's put that one. We'll see if we buy that one. And then we'll check out I think we should check out, once before we buy, we should click on each of them and check on the quality.
Let me show you one of the go-tos right here.
All right.
So this is like something that's very popular. This is actually a really nice one.
Is it just because it's kind
the
of similar
two-tone.
It's a
Yeah,
two-tone.
it's a two-tone, 36
It looks like,
millimeter.
you know, it looks like a Rolex.
It looks like a Rolex.
Yeah,
it looks like a Rolex. But I mean, embrace the fact that it's a Seiko. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
If you can't buy a
You had
Rolex
one of
right
these
now,
that had like, you know, Japanese words on it, no? Or
yeah,
like,
I still have that one.
Okay.
This is actually like the same exact one. Like this is Japanese lettering right there.
Oh yeah, I see that. It says Japan.
Yeah.
But that looks like
that doesn't really, I was about to say that doesn't look Japanese. That looks Arabic.
Yeah.
You see? So, and that's how
do your research.
Do your research.
Don't get lied to.
Yeah.
We were about to buy some. We're thinking it's Japan, and then we were gonna.
Yeah, we're out here telling everybody on YouTube from Japan, and then you know they're in the comments, hang them. But you know,
I saw a few people in the comments. They hung you for saying the wrong reference. No?
Listen, let's talk about that. Actually, this is really nice. I'm not an expert. I love looking for these watches. I love wearing these watches. I'm not. eBay sometimes I'll be like, oh, this was a 1960 something. The guy on eBay put it that it was a 1960 something. Am I gonna dive deeper into research? Yes. Is there a Seiko decoder, by the way, guys? I'm gonna drop the link on that. There's a Seiko decoder.
What does that mean?
So, okay, every Seiko, here, you might wanna zoom in on this. Every Seiko, of course, has the part number in the back and the serial number. So you go to the website, you put in the serial number, and then you put in the movement. And based on the serial number and the movement, it tells you an estimate of the year. I've had some success with it. They're pretty much on. Sometimes they're not. It's, you know, I don't know what database they use, but for the most part, it's pretty on. But guys, take it easy. I'm not an expert.
Let's go back to this watch. So I love that you keep going to these style of watches. Like, this is your style. You see,
that's definitely my style.
Because for me, I mean, let's go down here and see if we see anything. Like, look at this.
That's a brand.
Oh, but that's refurbished.
That's refurbished.
You see, I was about to click on a reserve, and they were gonna get me. They were gonna get me.
They were gonna get you.
Look at this.
That's a nice tank right there. That is very clean.
Okay, so let's click on that.
I feel like you should buy yourself a tank because you haven't really embraced the tank life with the Seiko, right? I know I've gifted you a couple nice pieces and stuff, but again, that thing is catching my eye. That's beautiful. That's a nice dial. That's a Type 2.
You know, the one thing is that I feel like, yes, you're right. Like, I don't generally like tanks. Even I'll be honest, even on my Cartier tank, I never ended up wearing it. So
No.
I gifted it to the third stooge.
Yes.
Danny, because we are like the three stooges over here. But there's something about it that doesn't draw my attention. And I see that you keep like going to this style of watches, and I feel like I saw something. I don't know if this was the page. We'll back out of this page. This is like, there was one here that was super interesting. Like, what is this, for example? You know, like Seiko Lord.
That's a Lord-matic.
And then look at the computer watch.
Yeah, those are actually getting really rare and popular.
Like, this is interesting.
That's 25 jewels. You know, that's a nice watch. That's interesting. That's different.
You see,
you're not gonna walk in to Starbucks tomorrow and the guy next to you is wearing that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just not happening.
That's getting added to the cart. That's getting added to the cart. So I believe we have like 7 watches. Let's get to 10 watches. Pick them,
right.
And then we go.
So let's get to another brand. Like guys, it's not only Seiko.
All right. So where are we going now?
Let's do Citizen.
I don't even, Oh, whoa, what's that?
I don't know.
That's kind of
fire.
But
that is nice.
That's kind of fire. So this is 1980s to 89, 35 millimeters, so it's a nice size. Oh yeah, Citizen vintage. Go ahead, do your thing.
I just want to see here.
This is not refurbished, is it?
No.
Was I gonna get jacked again?
No.
Okay. Because this is the thing. eBay, you guys got to get together, because I definitely been jacked on eBay before.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That took me for my money. Oh yeah, this is nice too.
That was nice.
All right, so before we click on that one, we should add this.
Let's add this.
This is but you gotta add it to the cart. That's
it's a habit. It's a habit.
All right. So how many watches did it say we had? I don't know. Okay. I think we have 9. We got one more.
All right.
But go down to that green one. That green one was good, and then maybe we should let's add a little more. But is that refurbished? What is that? Raqueta. Is that even like that's low-key fire.
Honestly, there's Soviet mechanical. There's other like new vintage watches. So this is like probably, don't quote me on this. This is probably like a new brand or an old brand that they're just making new style vintage watches, like,
Can we
like
search
vintage style
on
new watches.
All right, so I think we should add this one. Look at it in blue though. Hold on. I'm just gonna be adding things, because I just really, this design actually caught my eye. This is kind of interesting, bro. Blue on blue.
That is an interesting piece. I don't know anything about the brand.
All right, so I'm gonna look up.
I've seen the brand a couple times, but I usually
stay away from it.
I stay away from it because it's not like the usual suspects.
That's not the good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, I added there. Let's go back to your Citizen vintage.
So, a lot of people like Seiko, but let's dig a little deeper. There's Gruen. Gruen is a good brand. They have Swiss movements.
What do we know about Gruen? Like, what is?
They've been making watches for a very long time. For a very long time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with this.
Let's go.
You see, now I'm learning stuff, and that excites me. So so you're right, Gruen.
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 I mean, and
Gruen watch. Let's see. The Gruen Watch Company, which was formerly one of the largest watch manufacturers in the U.S., ceased its production in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1958. Although the brand continued to exist, with watches being made until 1970s. So it's a U.S. brand. That's amazing. It says here, let's see, Gruen's watch ceased production. 1970, the company watches were still made until 1970s. Wow. And in 1977, the factory closed in Switzerland. That's awesome. Are Gruen watches collectible? Many collectors are crazy about Gruen watches and their beauty and elegance. Thank you, ChatGPT.
Thank you.
All right.
This is something that really interests me. You see that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
I've been after one of these for a while. These are actually not very easy to find.
I love that you see the
the hands.
The hand be a plane.
Yeah, like it's
like a rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rocket. Rocket secondhand 1960.
Yeah, and this one says it's automatic. This one's automatic, yes.
Okay.
Because a lot of them are hand wind.
Wow. Do they have more? Let's see if the algorithm does wonders for us here. Oh no, it must be really rare to get one of those like that, huh?
I haven't came across many of them.
Right here.
But they do have some that are in good shape.
Look, this one right here seems to be like in good shape.
That one's, but that's now we're going into, which is good, which is good. This is good. So very similar. Waldom makes them. Gruen makes them. There's a couple different people that make that watch. Actually, scroll back real quick. Up. That's a cool watch if you wanted to click on something like that. But
like look at this vintage with the Gruen logo on the side. Let me see this one. This Gruen Precision.
I like that.
That's kind of nice. I mean, 230 it seems like a lot though, but that's
look
kind
at
of
the
nice.
Glass too. Like I have that thing with the thick glass.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's like it's vintage pretty much.
Yeah.
239, I think a little bit over.
A little bit over.
What I think I would want to pay for that. I mean, we can add it to the cart. Let's add it to the cart. All right, so we went to Citizen. I think we clicked.
Citizen has a lot of nice options if you guys want to look into that. The Caravel is nice. Bulova Caravel. They I like their finishes. They use 10K rolled gold or 14K rolled gold. Some of them are different, but it's a solid watch. I've seen a lot of them hold up pretty well. Some of them don't. You got to hunt them down. Another brand, Oris. Oris is a really...
Before we move to Oris, I just want to see what else, like I saw this Gruen one here, this military watch that I think looked great, 134 bucks, that I want to look at. I mean, like, that's cool. All that number dial, like vintage, big vintage. But it says vintage 90, and I thought the company stopped making them, no?
Yeah, that's what confuses people sometimes.
Military stainless steel. Yeah, 1990s to 90. So this person might not know that this Gruen stopped making watches before. So
maybe they didn't. ChatGPT was lying to us.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. I know a lot of things, but I know my man ChatGPT, he keep it 100.
That's a right-hand man right there.
Yeah, listen, a lot of smart people worked on that. A lot of people smarter than you and I.
Yes.
ChatGPT, we love you. Should we go back to seeing if there's anything else?
No, I mean, I just wanted to,
I mean, this is nice here too, but the Gruens be expensive. All right. Is there any other brand we should look at before we move on to looking at these 10 watches?
Let's do Oris.
All right.
Because this is
we're going up here to Oris. Minimum 40, max
250.
250 on Oris. All right. I like Oris, honestly. Oris has some good stuff.
All right. And let's do buy now. Something available now. Here's the thing. There's a couple of them that are, again, refurbished. Some that are true vintage. Orises get very expensive.
I had this conversation the other day with Adam, because I said, all right, people say, oh, the case, an unpolished case, is what makes the vintage watch like worth more, right? So I had a real question. Like, what happened is along the way you polished it, and then you scratched it all over again?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you know?
How do you know?
Like, how do you really know?
I think in the grain of the metals. I think they can tell.
But I'm saying, like, the fact that it's unpolished is, you mean because it might not be as shiny?
No, I think when they polish it, it like changes the pattern in the grooves. Like, I don't know. It has to do something that they can tell, because they can tell.
Because I'm just saying, like, if I have a watch from 1940s and I polished it in 1970s.
How do you know?
30 years later, I scratched the shit out that. So I just, but it's a real question though. It's a real question because I'm surprised how Adam like really can tell right away.
Oh, he can immediately
But
tell.
sometimes it's like, well, you're hoping that you're right. That like I've seen it in a lot of the vintage watch dealers, and their description says looks unpolished, but it's like they can't give you 100% certainty. So it's almost like you better take the word of your dealer or your
That's why you have to have good dealers.
You're out of luck.
Yes.
All right, so why you clicked on this Oris specifically?
Because it's a nice looking watch. Like, look at this. The glass. This one's a little beat. Let's select another one. Maybe the 250 was a little low for the Oris. But again, you could sit here and look. Like, there's plenty of them. You could come across certain gems, something that catches your eye. This is something pretty cool. 135 bucks. All right. That's a pretty cool watch.
That is a cool watch.
17 jewels, Swiss, hand winding, 135 bucks. If you want something vintage,
would you wear that?
I would wear that.
Okay.
I would wear that. That's
interesting. There's something interesting.
There's something about
Part of it for me feels like the character of the watch is interesting. I don't know if it's my style though. Like, you know, it still feels like I don't know. Because I will say about your collection that we saw in the last video was that we know that it's $100 watches, but I mean, like that watch that you're wearing. If I'm looking for a phone, I'm like, oh, my man got money. That watch looks real expensive, you know.
If I'm gonna buy an Oris, this is the Oris that I'm buying.
So you're buying the Pointer Date.
That's the one I'm buying.
Okay. This is a $400 watch, though.
That's 400 bucks.
I mean, it's a nice watch, though. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see if the algorithm gives us anything from Oris that we should look at. I mean, Oris is expensive, though. They got like $400.
They do, because when they're in good shape, they hold their value. Yeah. This is a highly favored combo right here.
This is nice. You know what I mean? I think if you don't have the thousands of dollars, but you do have a little more than $100 to spend, this Oris over here
for under
nice.
600 bucks, that is a beautiful watch.
So we looked at Citizen, we looked at Seiko, we looked at Gruen. 12 watches. We're now going to select which ones of these 12 watches we'll actually buy, and we're going to give some of them away if I don't keep them first.
Okay.
But right now the bill is at $2,568 for 12 watches. So even less than most, I mean, this has even less than this Omega, which wasn't really that expensive in hindsight with some of my other watches in the collection. But we're at $2,568, and we have this vintage Gruen as the first for $239.
I like that.
We're gonna watch this video. Let's see. Okay.
It's running.
So it's running. You have the logo not centered, which is an interesting design choice.
What size is it?
Very clean. I mean, even though, you know, you gotta get a new band. This band, they got it ripped up. All right, so this is, we're looking at, it doesn't have side, oh no, case width 34.
So 34.5.
All right, so we got this as our first option. Second, we chose this Raqueta, which is a Soviet, even though there's no Soviet, so a Russian brand, if I'm not mistaken.
That dial is very interesting.
The dial is fire, and then
even the band.
The band being like this blue metal is kind of interesting. Not gonna lie. I don't know much about Raqueta, so even though the dial and everything is really nice and the design is really nice, I'm not really sure is something we should buy.
I agree. I would pass on it.
Fully restored working condition. The original Raqueta, 1990, 17 jewels. You know, it's a nice watch though. But I think because we don't know much about Raqueta, we're gonna pass on this one. So this is our first removal. We got another Raqueta I think we should look at. I think we're gonna pass as well because we don't know, but I mean that dial design is really nice.
That's interesting.
You know, all green, the color with the gold. That's a nice watch. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna pass on this one. We are now moving to this vintage 35 stainless steel quartz digital men's watch. So now, some people are completely against digital, but there's something interesting about this watch.
I want to know more about it.
I want to know more about it too. So here we see the band, you know, stainless steel. The question is, what brand is it? Okay, so it says model Citizen Vintage. It's a Japanese watch. 35 millimeter. It's different.
It is different. For $125.
But the question is, I don't see anything that says Citizen. So how do you know it's a Citizen watch?
I believe that it's probably a citizen movement that they use. That's why it's
a digital watch.
It is, but it also has a. If you go back over here, like there has to be some type of movement in there.
Okay, so I say we pass on this watch from a pure. It's a really cool watch.
Yeah,
Back to the Future, but from
not knowing what it is.
Straight lack of information. So we are removing this watch. All right, now we're off to the Seiko Lordmatic. Not gonna lie, this is kind of interesting.
It's an interesting watch.
You know, I don't know if it's for me, but it's an interesting watch.
I'm not 100% sure if I would add it to my collection.
Yeah.
But there's definitely, like you said, something interesting about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I say this is a maybe.
Maybe.
Are we in the maybe we both?
Maybe. You could save for later.
Okay, so this is a maybe. We won't click on it just yet. All right. And now we're going to Vintage Seiko Colombo. This is interesting. It's a little expensive for the budget that we were going for, but it's an interesting watch, you know?
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued too. What does that look like to you? That's like an elephant nose?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like the two ears.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting watch.
It is an interesting watch.
This could be a maybe.
I would add that to my collection. I would.
Okay, so that was staying on as a potential add-on. Now we're going to Seiko 5 automatic Arabic.
With the Arabic dial.
Arabic dial is cool, man.
I like that watch.
This I think I think this is a keeper. And the bracelet honestly has that Patek AP consistency, fluidity in the like the way that it was designed. I like this. This feels like something that if you would gift it to me in a contest, I would feel really good about.
I feel great about that.
Okay, so I feel like we got our first for sure. High five.
High five.
All right, here we go. Vintage Seiko, how did you say? Kanagawa. It's a cool dial. It's an interesting dial, but
I don't love it.
It's a little too busy for me.
It is. There's too much going on.
There's too much going on. All right, so this is a no.
That.
So we can scrap this one. So we're removing this one from. See, now the budget's going down.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. Okay. And now we have this Vintage Seiko Dulce. I mean, this is nice.
How big is that watch? Do they say?
Yeah, I mean
because they have some different ones, some different sizes. So that's another thing that you have to be careful with. The Dulce has.
So this, this is 25.
But
so
that's
this
fine
because
what
size is that?
This is I believe it's 25 as well.
Okay, so it's not big.
Could be 28, give or take, between 25.
Because they have one here, 30, or is that just the?
Yeah, it's a 30 square. It's a different. It's a
different watch.
Yeah.
So what do we think about this?
If it were to be giving away to a man or a woman, it could be rocked by either. So I think that's a good choice right there because it's not too big, not too small.
I'm gonna rate that one as maybe.
Maybe.
Rate that one there. All right.
Yeah.
Then we have the Seiko Moonphase chronograph.
It's rough.
This one's in rough condition. This is beat up.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna pass on this one. Right?
Yeah.
Passing? Okay.
Hard pass.
That's a hard pass. Quality control over here.
Yes. No.
It's top level. Top level quality control. All right, now we have this one that's in a better, but this one's a little bit out of price.
That's the budget.
400.
No.
All right, so this one got skipped out of budget, but it's nice. Then we have the Seiko Alba Vintage Sun and Moon. Let's click on that one. This is nice. Success Vintage. This is a Seiko though, right?
I'm not sure.
Water resistant 5. It's Japanese. I mean, I like this dial.
I do like the dial.
I like the dial.
But is it old?
Doesn't give you the vintage vibe?
No, and it doesn't say Seiko. It says Alba. You know, even though it's probably,
Doesn't
you know,
say
Alba.
Seiko.
It's probably Alba by Seiko. You know, I'm sure.
So what is Alba? We need to research what's
We're gonna
Alba.
research that.
I like this one. I thought I was gonna buy this one, to be honest. But
Oh, we could get back to that one. Let's do some research on it, and then we'll circle back.
So right
It can be
now
something-
I thought we had more watches. I don't know why the bill is so high right now.
That's how it happens. You add three watches, four, and
All
then
right,
it's
so
like
we have
1,500, not
we have the
200.
vintage grown man's automatic watch. We have the Lorematic. We have the Colombo. We have the Seiko automatic Arabic dial. And then we have the vintage Dolce. And we have the Alba, which we say we don't know. So for right now, the Alba is a no-go.
Correct.
Okay, so I think we go. I like the Gruen, but for $239, just seems like a little crazy to me.
It is. If I had to pick one watch out of here, for myself, my collection, it would be the Gruen.
Okay.
Just because it's in good shape. Just me.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. It's just the dial's a little too simple for me. It seems really small. The band comes already like beat up.
Yeah.
So to me, the price, I mean, compared to the Arabic dial, which is cheaper or the same price, I think the Arabic dial,
it's a better.
120 is a better dial.
Yeah.
So, all right. So are we remove it?
Let's remove it.
We're removing it. The Seiko Lord, we thought it was cool and different, but not for either of us. We probably wouldn't wear that. The Colombo, I thought was cool,
I think you like that one.
but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't wear it.
No?
So we're gonna take that one out too.
It's one of those where it's like, that's really cool, I want it, but I really won't wear it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I have a couple of those.
So I think we're left with the vintage Seiko Arabic grade dial, which I think has a great band.
Yes.
And then we're with the vintage Seiko Dolce 9520. Do you love that as, because I think the Arabic dial one is in perfect condition. Do we love this Seiko Dolce as the next one? Because I feel like we should buy these, and these are the ones we should get.
I think we should.
Okay. So we're gonna buy these two watches very soon. As a matter of fact, by the time this video comes out, we will gift them and raffle them on Instagram. You know, hopefully we get them on time and eBay doesn't shift us, and then we gotta go digital hunting for these watches. But if we do, we're gonna give them to him. Tony, thank you once again.
Thank you.
Coming on the channel. Honestly, like I felt like the time probably flew by.
Yeah.
I can see how you can spend all night on this. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do this.
You're gonna do the same thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
It's easier on the phone.
It feels
recommend
like
the phone.
There's a whole lot of movement in the hands. This thing is just a lot easier.
Yeah.
So there you have it, eBay. This video is not sponsored by eBay. By eBay, you should sponsor it. I will definitely love to work with you guys on these videos. Thank you for tuning in once again to 0 to 60. And until next time, I'm Lex.
I'm Tony. Thank you for watching.